Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're all having fun. My name is Z and welcome back to my gaming corner. In today's episode, I am going to be showcasing for you my anniversary event music pack for Phantasy Star Online.
But Xander, I thought you already had an anniversary music pack showcase on YouTube.
Yes, I do. But as I was using my music pack, doing the quests and doing the videos for the story objectives and showing you the quests of PSO, the music in the caves, that Absence from Light track, oh my gosh, the violin was just screeching to high heavens and it was just hurting my ears. When I put that track into the music pack, it sounded fine. I was okay, but listening to it again and again and again and again and again and again, I'm sorry, it was just hurting my ears. It was just driving me nuts. So I had to change the music in the caves. And since I don't have the storage capacity to save all my videos, considering that these file sizes are many gigabytes in size, when I make a change like this and I update it to the internet and put a new link in the video, it's like, oh wait, hang on. Now the music pack video showcase doesn't match the track listing because I say one thing, but the track listing says something else. So you know what? It's just easier to make a whole new video. And since I will be recording all of the music packs, all the music pack showcases again, because right now the 7 Remake pack, the 7 Rebirth pack, the Halloween pack, the Summer of Fun music pack, all of it has pumpkins in it because it was all recorded during the Halloween event. And I want them to be during their respective events so you don't see pumpkins in all the music pack showcases. So I will be re-recording all the showcases. And let's just consider this the re-record of the anniversary pack showcase because there's been updates to it in the form of a different track for the caves. So yeah, that happened. And I just figured, you know what? Let's just make the showcase proper with music that doesn't grate on my ears, doesn't make me annoying, and doesn't just drive me nuts. So here we are in the anniversary event music pack for PSO using the music of Star Ocean. Now, when Phantasy Star came out, there were 2 other games that were also released in the same genre. So Phantasy Star Online is a JRPG, which is the grandfather to modern MMORPGs. And it is set in a sci-fi fantasy world, because we are traveling through the stars. We're on a spaceship, Pioneer 2, going down to a planet that is facing the darkness, and we're the heroes vanquishing the darkness. And there were 2 other games when Star Ocean was new, back in the 80s and early 90s. Those 2 games are Xenogears and Star Ocean. All of them are JRPGs set in a sci-fi world with a sci-fi thread going through it, but still being sci-fi and high fantasy. And so I figured, if we're going to have an anniversary for PSO, let's make a music pack for PSO and let's use its sister game, Star Ocean, as the music for the anniversary event. That way it can be sci-fi music in a sci-fi game, but still be different than the OG Phantasy Star Online music. Because I have listened to the OG music for years and years and years playing the game on GameCube, where you can't mod the music like you can on PC. So we're going to cut now to PSO, and I'm going to take you through the anniversary music pack with the corrected tracks and the corrected track listing PDF. It is now all fixed. So when you click the link in the description below for the music pack, it will have a corrected track listing. We're going to cut now to PSO, and the music that I chose for the title screen is called Star Ocean Forever, Twin Beacons. And the beauty about this music, unlike the music in 7 Rebirth, where I had to deal with the exercise of what do I do when the music does not repeat, the music of Star Ocean, thank the good Lord, repeats. Even if it's just a 3-second clip at the very end of the track, it still repeats, and I can make my cuts, and I can do the loops, and the music all repeats, and so you can't even tell where the music repeats because it just repeats. You can't tell where the cuts are, you can't tell where the loops are, because it all just flows together and just repeats and repeats and repeats. So easy to make a music pack. And because I've been making music packs for the last 3 years, I was able to take everything that I've learned and put it into this music pack. Now, this music pack uses the music of the Divine Force, which is Star Ocean 6, and also the music from Integrity and Faithlessness, which is Star Ocean 5. And as much as I would have loved to get the music for A Lost Hope, I wasn't about to pay $180 on Amazon Music to download it, and I searched the Square Enix music store, and they do not have a soundtrack for The Lost Hope. Maybe they will in the future, I don't know. But Star Ocean has 6 games, and the first game released in, if memory serves, 1985, 86, 87-ish. And then we had Second Story, and then we had Till the End of Time, which is a game that I've played on PlayStation 2. And then Star Ocean 4, which is a prequel game, is called The Lost Hope. And that came out on Xbox, and then a year later, it released on PlayStation 3 as The Last Hope International. And that has since been re-released on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. It's on the PlayStation Store. And then Integrity and Faithlessness is set a few years after The Lost Hope, and then the Divine Force, Star Ocean 6, is the current Star Ocean game, and I just figured, anniversary event, sister game to PSO, sci-fi music, let's do it. So we're going to cut now to PSO, like I said, and the music I used on the title screen is called Star Ocean Forever, Twin Beacons. So I will meet you in PSO in just a moment. Welcome to Phantasy Star Online. As I said in the introduction, this music is called Star Ocean Forever, Twin Beacons. So enjoy. So, while I haven't played the Divine Force, the way that the music soundtrack is set up is this is the top track, so I would imagine that this plays on the title screen for the Divine Force. But let's start the game, and we will be brought to Character Select, and the music for Character Select is from Integrity and Faithlessness, and it is called Determination. So you're going to hear that Star Ocean theme throughout most of this music pack. That da 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 da. That is the Star Ocean theme. You hear it right now. And it is such good music for this music pack. And one of the things I had to do when making this music pack, because I haven't played Star Ocean 5 or 6, I had to remember the very first lesson I ever learned when Firewolf was teaching me how to make music packs. You have to listen to the music. You have to. And so I did my best to craft this music pack in a way where the music would fit the areas, the bosses, the levels, all of it. But I wasn't expecting the track I picked for the caves to just grate on me again and again and again, so I had to change it. And I hope this new track is a lot better than the one I picked originally. So, when you create a character in PSO, you can be either a hunter, a ranger, or a force. And each of these main classes can be subdivided into 4 subclasses where you can choose to be either male, female, human, Newman, or android, as the situation will allow. And when you create a new character, you are brought to this screen, and this is character creation, and this track is called Take Off From Home, and it also comes from Integrity and Faithlessness. So, Take Off From Home. So, when you create your character, you can change their face. They have 5 faces, sometimes more, sometimes less. You can change their hair. There's usually 10 versions of hair. You can change the hair color by adjusting the sliders here. We're just going to leave it as it was. They have 2 rows of costumes. Sometimes when you're playing with an android, they have 3 or maybe even 4 rows of costumes. But you pick something that you like. It comes in many different colors. You get random colors over here on the far right, 9 and 8 and 9. But you get all these different colors of costumes that you can choose and play with. Find something that you like. You can change their skin color, you can change their proportion, whether you want to make them super fat, or if you want to make them tall and slender, or if you want to make them super short. You can change their height, you can change their weight, you can change everything about them. When you go to super small, they become a child, and when you level them up, their facial features become an adult. You give your character a name, and when you're all done, you are assigned a section ID, and you are inserted into the game. And because the anniversary event is still going on, and the GMs of Ultima Server have chosen to put a special track in for lobby music, I will meet you in the lobby once I've made it to the correct lobby and change the music of the lobby with /lobby event 2, where it plays the lobby music that I created for the anniversary event. And this music is called Space and Sky, and it comes to us from the Divine Force. So I'll meet you in the lobby for Space and Sky in just a moment. Welcome to the lobby. This music is called Space and Sky, and it comes to us from the Divine Force. And let me give you fair warning. This track is nearly 8.5 minutes of music. And yes, while it's quiet now with that beautiful flute, it doesn't stay that way. It eventually swells and swells and swells and increases in timbre and volume, and then the whole orchestra comes in and it plays the theme of Star Ocean in this big grand overture. And this is just the calm before the storm, you might say. But this is Space and Sky, so I'll let you listen to it for a few minutes. And there is the fanfare. And so what this track does is it does this fanfare, and then it quiets down a bit, and then does another fanfare, and then it ends, and then it goes back to the beginning. So there's the quiet down. But let's go into a game. We're going to create a party in episode 1, and you know me, periods for party names. And because we have to be on normal mode to be able to show you all the areas of episode 1 plus all the bosses, please, for the love of all that is good and right and true, password protect your games. I'm just going to do gobbledygook. And then we're going to be on very hard, because I like that, because then you get to see more of the bosses, hear more of the boss music. So we're going to go to very hard, and we're going to register. And we're going to be taken to the guild hall, and the music for the guild hall is titled Meteor Blazing Through the Star Ocean, and it comes to us from the Divine Force. It's this big heroic track because, let's face it, we are the hero facing against the darkness, and the guild hall should reflect that. So here you go. So, as we move out here into the city, this music is from the Divine Force also, and it is titled Crystal Journey. As we make our way down into the shopping area, as I was listening and looking for a track to fit in the shops, I came across this track in Integrity and Faithlessness called Miadoc Trading Post. And this is the first town in Integrity and Faithlessness where you're buying and selling, learning how to use the crafting system, getting new gear, getting ready for your adventure. And so I just thought it fitting to go in the shop. So this is Miadoc Trading Post. So, as we come over here to the Principal's Teleporter, the track I chose for the Principal's office is called Calm Mind Reflected in the Pupil, and it comes from the Divine Force. So, Calm Mind Reflected in the Pupil. But do you see how the music repeats? And it makes it so I can just make my cuts and make everything disappear. I love that. So let's go over to the hospital in the medical center. And the track that's over here in the hospital is called Stone Cradle. And it comes to us from the Divine Force. This is Stone Cradle. So that is the hospital. Let's go over to the guild hall now and start the quest towards future so I can show you all the areas of episode 1 and all the boss fights, and we can go through this music pack together. We're just going to skip through all this dialogue. And the track that I chose for the forest area is called The Desolate Smell of Earth, and this comes to us from Integrity and Faithlessness. And I wondered why they didn't just say the desolate smell of earth, because it's not spelled desolate, it's spelled D-E-S-O-L-T-E. And the only way I can figure out how to say that is desolate smell of earth. So that's what I chose for the forest, and I think it fits quite nicely. Alright, as we come now to the dragon fight, this track is from the Divine Force, and it is called Special Delivery Coming In Hot. And that's the music for the dragon. Alright, as we come to the cave levels, this is where I had to make the correction and I changed the caves track. So in the old version of the anniversary pack, this music was Abandoned by the Light or Absence of Light. This track is called Snowstorm Sacrament. And while you may think it doesn't fit in the caves because you have this xylophone making almost like triangle sounds, just listen to the music. It actually fits the caves more than you know. So this is Snowstorm Sacrament. So, as we come now to the Derole fight, This track is from the Divine Force, and it is called Pounding Heart. And I just thought it fits so well down here in the waterway. As we come to the mines, the music in the mines is just perfect. It comes to us from the Divine Force, and it is called Paladurnia, and it is very techno-y, very sci-fi-y, and it fits in the mines so perfectly. So here we go, Paladurnia. But isn't this track just perfect for the minds? Halidernia, love it. As I was listening to my music, I discovered some tracks that I used on two of the bosses. One is Volop, one is Overflow. And these tracks have two versions. They're both boss music, but one is more intense than the other. And the music for Volop is called Bravery Flows Where Flesh Meets Steel. That's for Phase 1. And then for Phase 2 is the immortalized version of that track. It's more intense. It's the same track, but just more intense, bigger and better. So Bravery Flows Where Flesh Meets Steel is the track for Volop. Do you hear it? It's bigger and badder. Like, yeah. Alright, as we come to the Ruins levels, this music is so creepy. It is so dark and disgusting. It's also from the Divine Force, and it is called Scarred Dreams, the Tyrannus. And just listen to it. It is creepy. But yeah, isn't this music just incredible for the ruins? And I'm dropping this telepipe for a very special reason. If you use the dark weapons to kill Dark Falls, you can actually have a special encounter with Rico Tyrell, and I can show off that bit of music in this music pack too. So, the music for Dark Falls is threefold. There is this meadow before Falls, and this meadow is called Welcome to the Darkness. And this is from Integrity and Faithlessness. And then Dark Falls Phase 1 and 2 is called Facing the Formidable. That's from the Divine Force. And Dark Falls Phase 3 is called Battle of the Stars, also from the Divine Force. So, here we go. Here we go, Facing the Formidable. No, let me out. No. And now we come to Phase 3, and this is Battle of the Stars. Okay, we gotta heal once, or attack once, heal twice. Oh, that could have been deadly. so close to death. One more hit should kill him. Alright, now that we've killed Dark Falls, the music after this fight is from Integrity and Faithlessness, and it's called I'm Proud of You. So that is all the music in episode 1, but there is one more thing I can show you. Actually, two more things. I can show you Quest Clear, but I want to show you the music for the encounter with Rico Tyrell, which is why I put that telepipe down. When you go back down to Ruins 3 and go through the boss teleporter, if you use dark weapons to kill Dark Falls, you get a special encounter with Rico Tyrell, and this music is called Afternoon Sun. Really? Does it only happen once? I guess it must be a rare occurrence, but normally Rico is sitting like right there. If you get the encounter with Rico Tyrell, it's called Afternoon Sun. I don't know why it didn't do it this time. Maybe it's just once per character. I don't know. But yeah, that is how you do it. I'm sorry I didn't get the encounter. But when you turn a quest in, you're going to get to hear the quest clear, which is the quest objective clear, which is called Troublemaker. And then because this is Happy Quest clear, you're going to get to hear Millennium City. So when you get quest full clear and you get a happy quest clear, it's called Millennium City, and it overrides everything. So here in the ship, if you go down to the stores area, if you go into the hospital, this same music plays everywhere, letting you know that the quest is complete and you can turn it in. And because it was a happy quest clear, this is Millennium City. So I'll let you enjoy this track for just a minute. Now, there are other tracks in episode 1, for example, the Sad Quest Clear, and there are 2 quests that give you Sad Quest Clear. One of them is called the Graves Butler, the other one is called Seek My Master. And while I can't show you that in this showcase, you will be hearing it during the playthrough of all the quests in the normal story mode. But for now, we're going to cut to episode 2, and I will showcase for you the music that I was able to make for episode 2, so I'll meet up with you in just a moment. Welcome back. Here we are in episode 2, and the only new music on the ship is over here in the lab, and this track is called D-U-M-A, and it comes to us from the Divine Force. I do not know what D-U-M-A stands for, but it is D.U.M.A. So Duma from the Divine Force. So that is the lab, Duma. Let's go now into Respective Tomorrow, and we can show you all the music in episode 2. And we're just going to skip all this supposition, blah, blah, blah. Our first area in episode 2 is the VR Temple. And the music in the temple is called Endless Journey, and it comes from the Divine Force. Alright, as we come to the Barbara Ray fight, this music comes to us from the Divine Force, and it is titled Twin Blades to Vanquish Fear. And the ending after you kill Barbara Ray is so long and you just have to stand around and wait. But this is Twin Blades to Vanquish Fear. And we're finally docking. As we come to the second area in episode 2, which is the spaceship, this track is from Integrity and Faithlessness, and it is called The Cavallero. All right, as we come to the dragon, the gold dragon fight, this track comes to us from Integrity and Faithlessness, and it is called Unwavering Resolve. Alright, now because of the way the game is coded, I cannot change any of the music in the central control area of the jungle, the mountain, or the seaside. I also cannot change the music in actual central control, which is the building area that leads to the griffin. So what I will do is I will meet up with you when I get to the end, ready for the griffin fight, because I can change the griffin boss music. So I'll meet up with you in just a moment. Welcome back. As you see, I've made it to the teleporter for the Gal Griffin. And this boss music is just wow. It comes from us from Integrity and Faithlessness, and it's called Wild Fight, No End in Sight. And it's perfect for the Gal Griffin. So Wild Fight, No End in Sight. Alright, as we come to the seabed levels, this music is called Lost Signpost, and it is from the Divine Force. Lost Signpost. All right, as we come to the Olga fight, there are 3 tracks that go with this battle. Phase 1 is called the Black Knife. And then the room before fighting Olga the second time, it is called the Scorpium. And the second phase of Olga Flow is called the Black Knife of Ambition. So this is another one of those tracks where it's the same track, but the second version is more intense. So the Black Knife and then the Black Knife of Ambition with the Scorpium in the middle, all of it coming from the Divine Force. So here we go. If I hit her 2 more times, she's going to die. So I want you to hear this music first. So this is the Black Knife. And now we come to the Scorpium. And the fight begins when you touch that glowing ball. And then we will hear the music of the Black Knife of Ambition. So here we go. And then once you kill Olga, the track is called Tranquil Harbor, but because of Respect to Tomorrow, you only get to hear 30 seconds of it, so Tranquil Harbor. Like I said, you only get to hear 30 seconds of it. And then we're brought back to Pioneer 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into episode 4, And while episode 4 is the same as episode 2 CCA, I cannot change any of the music in the crater interior, or the subterranean desert, but I can change the music for the Shamburton, St. Million, and Condrieu fights. So I will meet up with you just as soon as I've made it to that teleporter, and I'll show you the music for either Shamburton, Condrieu, or St. Million, whoever we get. So I'll meet up with you in just a moment. Welcome to the end of episode 4. I have fought my way through the crater interior, and the subterranean desert, and I have made it to the boss teleporter for either Shamburton or Condrieu. And this track comes to us from Integrity and Faithlessness, and it is called Event Horizon. And this track is quite intense, and it is perfect for this fight. Maybe we'll get Condrieu, most likely we'll get Shamburton, but let's just see who we get. Event Horizon. Oh, we get Condrieu. Woohoo! Means we might get a dragon scale. Okay, we need to find the red spinner. Okay, so if you look at our big map, not the quest, but the big map, we'll see that Condrieu is over there on the far right, so there she is. Let's go get her. There we go. As we beat Condrieu, this music is called Triumph of Osiris. It does a little fanfare. And then it goes into the Triumph of Osiris. Here we go. And it looks like we got a dragon scale. Woohoo! So, I'm going to let you listen to the Triumph of Osiris, and then we will talk about what's coming up next for this channel. Alright, so that is the Triumph of Osirius. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to smash that like button and give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so you always know when new content comes out. Also, please tell your friends about me so they can come and they can enjoy these videos and enjoy the adventures just as much as you do. This concludes my showcase of the anniversary event music pack that I made for Phantasy Star Online. The instructions and the link to the music pack will be in the description box below. And you can get this for your game, and you can use it during the anniversary event. You can use it whenever you want. You can use it all year long if you really want. I had a lot of fun making this music pack, and I hope you guys will enjoy it too. So, with that said, I hope you guys have a lot of fun playing PSO, and I will meet up with you in our next adventure. But until then, I'm Z, signing off.